here I'm demonstrating the NC Carpet detailer. We use it a lot for seatbelt webbings, different carpet cutting that we use. It basically can cut anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it on and go it on and let it heat up. If you look at the dial goes from basically 0 to 10. Here we're cutting seatbelt webbing, so you don't need the tension and the heat up real high on it. So I'll set it about 8. So if you look at the tip of it, you can see that the actual tip is getting red because that means it's getting nice and hot. So you wouldn't want to touch that and burn your hand. So here, this is one of the things that we're gonna actually cut. Is seatbelt webbing. Guys use it for duffel bags, handbags, in the cars, safety belts. There's different names for it that you can call it. If you look at the edge, you'll see that the edge has a nice finish. Look like it was almost glued. I'm going to show you what the detailer does. So here, we're going to cut this. So just going to take and apply a little pressure. And all you generally need to do is just sit it on, take your time, and it'll burn right through it. Sometimes you have to make another pass, but it'll burn it real easy. Now, what it does is it burns both sides and it melts it. That way it don't fray up. So here, this is a nice finished edge where it's ready to roll. So what I'll do is I'll do different colors, do a couple of different colors. That way you can see the consistency and how good it works. Just that simple. Don't mind the smoke that's coming from it. Just have it up a little hotter. If you turn the heat down lower, you have to do different passes, more passes to actually cut it. Like I said, I have it on 8 right now, so we can just go through and cut. Now here, you can see on this cut piece, you can see that it's all frayed up. So generally, you just take the detailer and you could go ahead on hot melt the edge and stop the fraying. Anytime something is fraying, you could just take this detailer and run it across and go ahead on and kill the edges. So let's go ahead on and cut this one. So it cuts it with no effort. Just lay it on top and just let the detailer do his job. So let me grab a pair of scissors, that way I can actually cut it. So here, this is what the detailer is mainly used for. We're just going to use regular scissors and we're just going to cut this. You can see where it's all inconsistent. You can see where it's fraying. You don't want that. You'll have to actually glue this edge, glue the edge down in order to stop the fraying or use some kind of heat. But that's why you just take a detailer and you just pass across real lightly and burn the edge. Now you don't have to worry about that fraying anymore. Now, I never crank it up real high. I'll just show you what happens if you crank it all the way up to 10. If you look at the tip, you'll see that the tip is turning fire red. Look like it wanna crack. You never need it that high for safety belts and most materials. You don't want to burn and damage up the material. So let's see what it does on 10. On 10, you can see that it cooks it a little bit faster. Some colors might add a little brown texture to it. But both edges are finished on both sides, so it really wouldn't matter. It just depends on how you like it. I also use it to actually make little small indentations and stuff. So I don't think you ever have to do that too much, but you can't use regular scissors, put regular scissors inside of it. So that's one good trick with it. Another good use for using the detailer. Same piece we got here. Another good use for it. This is a top stitch seat piece. So it's top stitch on both sides. Sometimes we have to take the stitching out of the actual seat. So in order to get these stitching out, you have to actually cut them out, which is kind of hard to do. So what I would do is just take the detailer, turn this down a little bit, and if you need to take the stitching out of this piece, we'd flip it over and we could just burn them out. It's a lot easier than sticking the actual needle to the other side and pulling them out. You might damage the leather or scratch it. So you just take the detail and hit the back side of the stitch and just basically burn the stitch out. And it's a lot faster than doing it the other way. Crank that up a little bit more. And you can see I'm just burning the stitch completely out. All you got to do is really touch it. It would take a lot longer to peel each stitch out if we had to do it manually on the other side. Then you have to be real careful not to scratch the leather. And all you're generally doing is just touching the thread. You can go upside down with it, side to side, it don't matter. And here again, I'm just burning the thread completely out. When we repair seats, we have to take the stitch out manually. So this is a good way to actually do it instead of damaging the seat. Now even at the end where I lock stitched this big old ball of thread, you could easily burn that out with ease. Now you can see that this stitches is completely gone on this side that we started from, and on the right side it's still locked down from the front. So what we'll do, we'll just flip this over, we'll start the stitch out in one spot, it peels right out with ease. Flip over, both sides is completely out. So here we have some all wool carpet that we do carpet inlays with, and the logo is backwards, so don't worry about looking at the logo. But if you look at the actual red inside of the black, this red was contour cut to fit inside the black. So sometimes you can use different patterns and use different numbers and trace them onto cardboard or tracing paper and convert them over to the carpet. So you use the detailer to cut your shapes out and to generally to basically draw. So if you look here, this was cut out with the detailer. So this is a wool carpet and this was contour cut in. So if you look at the back end of this carpet, you'll see that it's just regular carpet. So let's just say if you wanted to put a design into this carpet, all you generally do is take your detailer and follow and trace whatever you're tracing. Almost like a pen. So all you need to do is lay it on and trace it up. So I'm just putting a line just to show you how effortlessly you can cut it. Don't worry about the smoke. It's gonna burn like hell. And when we do carpet cutouts, we use the detailer. And you'll see how easy that burn and cut it. So let's use the black carpet here. All you really have to do is just lay it on and cut it. It's only smoking like that because I have it on 10. There you go. So it's real easy to use. Like I said, have a dial from 10 to 0, and from 0 to 10. Has an on and off switch. It's real simple to use. You can find this at NC Carpet Binding. Call those guys over there. They could get you whatever you need for it to work.